Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game. Welcome back to Date Warp. This time around we're going to be doing Alben's route. And it all starts here, in the rain. We meet a sweet little cinnamon bun named Raphael. And we ask him, can we come in just to have somewhere out of the rain to wait while I call for help? Whoa. And then Boyo comes on the scene. What's going on? I'm so curious as to how Alben's route is going to play out. Alright, let's start this. What are you doing here? What sort of person tries to sell things at night in the rain? We're not... Get lost. How should Janet respond? Well, Janet should meet his fire with her own fire, and then he'll be all enchanté, mademoiselle. You're very rude. We're not salesmen at all. Our car broke down and we're stranded out here. All we want to do is get in out of the rain so I can call someone to come pick us up. Then we'll be gone. Is that so hard? And there it is. Well, not when you put it that way. He offers me his hand, see? Enchanté. I'm Alben. And you are? Janet. And this is Bradley. Your boyfriend? Not exactly. First date. We haven't really had the best luck tonight. Well, I'm sure he wouldn't want to turn nice people out in the rain. I'm Raphael. Come in before you freeze. And wipe your feet. We step through the door and Bradley's hand slips away from mine as he stares. I've seen decor like this at the Orpheum, but I can't imagine actually living in it. Don't forget your shoes. We do our best to scrape off the mud, but I can still see him eyeing the carpet nervously. I wonder if he's some sort of domestic. We could take them off and leave them outside. No, we're not staying long. We should stay ready to go. Then on the balcony overhead, I notice a figure. A man wrapped in a silk robe descends the staircase with the grace of a queen. This must be the owner of the mansion. Nathaniel, these are Janet and Bradley. Their car broke down. How do you do? Very well, thank you. You have a lovely house. We were lucky to be nearby. There's not much out there but trees. Yes, it is a bit isolated. It's not often that anyone stops here. Don't worry, we'll be on our way soon. He taps me on the arm. Your phone? Right. I dig my mobile out of my purse and turn it on. I had it switched off earlier for the movie. What a strange looking phone. No, it isn't. It looks just like half the phones that come out lately. Maybe the only cell phones he's seen were designer brands studded with diamonds. It's not connecting. I can't get a signal. The walls may be too thick to penetrate. Should I go back outside? You're welcome to use my phone, of course. Thanks. The nearest is right through here. He gestures to a side hallway. I look at Bradley, who shrugs. You go. My shoes are in worse shape. Okay, I think Alben's, like, just disappeared from life, and we've seen this before, so... We try to make a phone call. And then... we meet Mr. Linz. And, I think Alben would be angry in the situation, so we'll be angry. Get out of here! I'm not dressed! You pervert! Okay, so still no sign of Alben yet. And so we're gonna have to stay here. And this time, we're not going to... I think basically anytime we're not on Bradley's route, we should just sleep alone. I think it would be more appropriate if we had separate rooms, probably. Alright. We should probably think about all the boys. Okay. We'll go from here. That should be a good starting point, maybe, possibly. He leaves me alone in the room. Alone. Bradley, I know, is just down the hall. The others, Raphael, Linz, Alben. I have no idea, but I'm sure they're still in the house somewhere. They wouldn't leave this late in the weather. I don't know why they're here at all. Raphael acts like he works here, but he said he was only visiting. Linz? I suppose he could be a butler, but he didn't act like any butler I've ever seen. I should make sure the bedroom door is properly locked. And Alben? I haven't seen him since we arrived. Yeah, he just disappeared. He didn't look like a servant, but he didn't look like Nathaniel either. Bradley was right. There is something slightly strange about these people. Rain rattles and thumps against the window panes. Distant creaks tremble through the house. I'm not sure how well I will sleep in this place. What will Vanessa think? That maybe Bradley's found the girl he was looking for? I wonder if my hallmates place bets on it. Will they believe that nothing happened? Or will they be teasing me about this for the rest of the semester? All I can do is wait for the morning. Alright, here we go. The next morning, everyone gathers in the dining room for breakfast. I don't think Bradley slept very well. He looks tired. Linz is munching absently through a plate of sausage biscuits. I don't think I've heard him speak to anyone. He barely seems to notice we're here. Alvin definitely knows we're here. He keeps glaring at everybody. I think he needs more coffee. Only Nathaniel's polished manners keep the conversation moving. More scrambled eggs, anyone? I think I've had enough, thanks. No new faces have turned up. If there's anyone else in the mansion, they're staying out of sight. They're all such different people. It's hard to imagine what would bring them all together. Everyone seems to be finishing their meals now. Raphael is gathering plates. It would be polite to offer to help, but I've never washed dishes by hand in my life. Surely rich people have dishwashers, right? Should Janet offer to help? Probably not. Stay where Alben is. I stay quiet as Raphael does all the work. I'm afraid I'm still a novice in the kitchen myself. I am trying to learn a few things. I ought to be able to cook for myself when necessary, but Robert often insists on getting things done efficiently. Robert? My major domo. He's not here at the moment. Whoops. You have a lot of servants? Just the one. I don't need much, usually. Aren't you supposed to be leaving? What's your problem? What have we ever done to you? Too much. Alben. We ought to leave. Maybe the phone works now. Oh, Alben, I'm gonna change that frown upside down. Just you wait. Nathaniel leads us out of the dining room to the hall we were in last night. Don't take Alben too seriously. He's having a hard time right now. Why is that? Someone close to him is very ill. He turns away and picks up the phone. The line is still down. That's alright. Now that the rain has stopped, we can go outside to pick up the signal. Yes, we should get going. We return to the grand entrance. Sensing our departure, everyone comes to see us off. Goodbye, and good luck. Thanks for your hospitality. We really appreciate it. I gotta open the door, though. What? What on earth is that? That was the intro, but we're skipping again. The air in the open doorway shimmers and crackles with strange light. That looks like some sort of plasma window. Don't touch it! Bradley grabs my arm and pulls me back away from the door. How could this have something to do with... I don't know. Raphael, go downstairs and check that everything's all right. Right. He rushes away. What's going on? This had better not... What do you think you're... Be quiet! The babble and the music fall silent. We can't accomplish anything if everyone is talking at once. Linz, what are we looking at? I'm not certain. Fascinating, isn't it? It's clearly permeable to at least some forms of radiation, but with intermittent diffraction. Solid matter on contact might be either repulsed or incinerated. I'd prefer more data before making empirical tests. What? Rube. He said it might burn you if you touch it. I understood that much. I just don't understand what that thing is or how it got there. Convenient, isn't it? Giving you an excuse not to leave. I don't want an excuse not to leave. Raphael rushes back into the room, breathing hard. Everything is still working, but there's excess power being generated. It's bleeding over into the security systems. Look, a house this big has to have more than one door. Windows even. So why don't we just find another way out and get out of your hair? I'm afraid that's not possible. As part of the home security system, there are wires laid around every door and window frame. If they're all supercharged, every egress could be perilous. Does that mean we're trapped in here? So what do we do with them? Hey! Can you fix it? I don't know yet. Probably. Raphael and I will debug the system. It should only take a few hours. Can we help? No. This is no job for amateurs. Alright. Good luck. Linz and Raphael leave, going downstairs, I suppose. I wonder what's down there. Maybe this mansion has its own electricity generator. Maybe they make their own power so that they don't have to pay the electric company, but it was struck by lightning during the storm and overloaded? Maybe Linz was installing a new power system and that's why he's here in the first place, but it doesn't work right yet? I wish they'd let me go and see. I hate not knowing things. It doesn't seem like anyone here has made these force fields on purpose, but it's all very strange. Sorry about this. Linz is very good at what he does. Isn't that right, Alben? I'm sure everything will be fixed soon. In the meantime, you can relax here for a while. I do have a large library that might interest you. I'd like that. Bradley likes books? This is news to me. Feel free to look around, but please, stay out of the basement so that you don't disturb Linz and Raphael in their work. The library is through there. If you have need of me, I'll most likely be in the sitting room. Alben grunts and heads for the stairs up as Bradley turns in the direction of the library. Nathaniel starts to walk away, then turns to see what I will do. Which of the boys? Oh, I wonder who. Alben. Gotta find our way down to Mr. Alben. Doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop. Hey, there we go. Alben. I can't help it. I'm curious. You know me, my curiosity. Alben's barely spoken a word to me, or anyone else that I can see. If he's not their friend, what is he doing here? I walk up the stairs after him. Oh, he looks so sad there. I spot Alben in the upstairs hallway outside a closed door. Was he going back to bed? This is gonna be so sad. This is gonna be a sad route. Sorry. Is he talking to me? As I take a step closer, he turns. What are you doing? Well, there's no point in lying. Following you. What do you think you're going to find? A really cranky guy, obviously. Look, I don't want to be here. I have a paper due Monday and I should be at the library. But I'm stuck here and I'm bored. Why aren't you off with your boyfriend? I already told you he's not my boyfriend. It was just one date. It was my roommate's idea and it'll never happen again. Satisfied? Why should I care? You asked! Maybe you're jealous. How should I know? He twitches, his arm jerking backwards, his hand balling up into a fist. You think I believe your story? Who are you really? And what are you doing here? That's funny. I was going to ask you the same thing. You don't live here, and you're nobody's friend, so why are you here? Is that the right word to emphasize? Probably that's supposed to be, so why are you here? I put my hands on my hips and return his glare just as fiercely. Who will blink first? He slouches against the wall and smiles like a hungry serpent. Don't know if I like the sound of that. How do you know I don't live here? Well, you're not much like Nathaniel.
I don't dress in silk or act all genteel, so I don't belong here, huh?
Sorry.
Don't bother. I'm trash, and I know it.
That's not what I said. I came up here because I wanted to talk to you. I thought maybe we could be friends.
I'm nobody's friend. You said so yourself.
Is he being deliberately difficult? He's just a tsundere. Don't worry about it. Why are you such a jerk all the time? A snort of a laugh escapes him.
Because I am. And because I need a smoke, and I'm caged inside where I can't light up.
It would be terribly rude to stink up Nathaniel's nice house with smoke. But if he cares about that, he's more considerate than he likes to let on. If you stood by a door or an open window, the smoke might get out even though we can't, but... Oh, I know! The fireplace!
Huh?
There's a fireplace downstairs with a chimney, right? The smoke can escape that way. There's probably no security system stuff at the top of the chimney, and even if there is, a chimney can handle a little smoke. Hey! That was the most constructive conversation we've had.
That's not a bad idea.
Straightening, he walks to the stairs in long, even strides. Then, unexpectedly...
Well, are you coming?
Bemused, I follow. The house is quiet as we walk. Even though I know there are several other people in the house, the silence makes it feel huge and lonely. Hey! Got a CG with him already. Smoking in the fireplace. That's a very clean fireplace. Alben folds himself into the fireplace, peering briefly up the chimney. From his pockets, he withdraws a pack of cigarettes and a metal object which looks like a coiled snake pressed flat. As he presses on the snake's tail, a blue flame shoots from its mouth. Cool lighter. As he puffs away, I feel compelled to comment. You know that stuff will kill you.
No, I had no idea. I have completely missed the bleeding obvious because I am a moron.
Okay, so you already know.
If I lived that long, smoking could kill me. Or I could be hit by a car long before. I could give up smoking and eat my vegetables and jog every day and still drop dead of a heart attack when I'm 30. Life isn't fair. You can't prevent bad things from happening to you just by being good.
Well, you can't prevent everything, but you could prevent lung cancer. If I see someone doing something stupid, I have to speak up. I'm just like that. I'm just letting you know that you're a big old dum-dum, so, you know. That's just me.
If I see someone doing something stupid, I stand back and watch. And then I laugh.
Yes, well, that's because you're a jerk.
Exactly.
That's not the first time I've seen him smile instead of smirk. Maybe the smoke does make him more mellow. If I want to make friends with him, this is my best chance. Don't say anything stupid about family or anything. Don't say anything, Janet. Ah, why'd you have to bring this up? Now everything's ruined. I just wanted to say, Nathaniel told me someone close to you is sick. Yep, his eyes narrow.
Yeah? What about it?
I just wanted to give you my best wishes. He stands up, tossing the cigarette into the fireplace and crushing it with a sharp blow of his foot.
You don't know anything. What good are your wishes? What good does it do to be polite about someone you've never met? What do you think is going to get you?
Nothing.
Well, you're right. And it's none of your business. I'm going back upstairs. Don't follow me. Go pester what's-his-name instead.
He stalks away, leaving my pulse racing in confusion. There's no reason for me to be afraid. He hasn't hurt me. I'm fine. I am not afraid of him. It's just sensible for me to go and find Bradley in the library, that's all. I'll find a book, and time will simply fly. Maybe there's a book about how not to put your foot in your mouth. Anyway, late in the afternoon, we gather at the grand entrance. Everyone appears to be in good spirits, awaiting the resolution of our situation. Lynn steps forward and licks his lips in preparation to speak.
We have been monitoring the problem for several hours now, and the output remains steady. So there's no sign of the force fields growing. This shouldn't get any worse. As there was no visible heat damage in the surrounding frames, we experimented with introducing various objects. Physical contact so far has not produced any adverse reactions. The fields appear to act like a membrane, bowing outwards when a solid object is applied with force. However, small amounts of water...
But can you get rid of them?
Efforts to shunt the overflow without disrupting the system integrity have lacked success.
Can't you just turn the whole thing off? Pull the plug?
No! Turning off the power is not an option.
Looking over at Bradley beside me, I notice he seems a little pale. Clammy, even. He has his arms folded around himself, hands tucked inside his jacket. Is he sick? What do you expect us to do? We have to get home. Bradley's not feeling well.
Now this is the interesting part. I believe we would be able to bypass the barrier with Faraday shields. However, we don't have enough metal on hand to build a human-sized enclosure. An active electromagnetic field generator may be able to produce the same effect. I'll need to tune them to your own bioelectric aura. If you approach the field so that I can measure the discharge...
No.
Tiny beads of sweat are breaking out on his forehead. Well, we have to do something.
This is how you do it, isn't it?
Do what?
This is how you kill them. What are you talking about?
I think he may have a fever.
I will not walk into your death trap.
Suddenly, he pulls a handgun from inside his jacket.
You thought I was just another one of your victims, but I know what you are.
Eek!
I've waited years for this. Now you tell me, where is she?
What? How did... Who?
Don't pretend you don't know. All of you.
He sweeps the gun around, pointing at each of the men in turn. Bradley, put the gun down. And then he swings it to aim at me.
Shut up, Janet.
How dare he speak to me like that? Bleh.
It's the basement, isn't it? Where you didn't want anyone to go. Well, we're all going to see it now. All of you, move!
Frightened and confused, we are herded through the mansion. A nondescript door opens to reveal a dimly lit staircase leading down to the unknown basement. We're all clustered together. Alben looks ready to spit nails, as usual. Nathaniel's eyes meet mine only with sad resignation. Linz and Raphael are in the lead, and Bradley is behind us all with the gun. The staircase descends shallowly, then turns for another descent, down and around and down. I cannot see where it ends. Suddenly, there is a flash of light. With a strangled squawk, Bradley stumbles backwards, his weapon arm swinging up wildly. Quick as the flash, Alben's fist intersects with Bradley's jaw. Nathaniel grabs my arm and pulls me aside as Linz charges back to join the fray. So much excitement.
Come on, give me an excuse. You'd look better with 2 black eyes. Bastard.
Raphael, bring me my handcuffs.
Yes, sir. I'm not going anywhere.
No, you're not.
You're not going to hurt him, are you?
That's up to him.
Should we chain her up too?
Me? Why me? I didn't do anything.
You came here with him. You had to know what he was planning.
I still don't know what he was planning. I have no idea what's going on.
Janet hasn't caused any harm. She deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Raphael returns with a pair of handcuffs, and Linz fastens Bradley's hands behind him, with the cuff chain looped through the back of the chair. Apparently, this isn't his first time putting someone in restraints.
Why don't you just go ahead and kill me? You're the one who was waving around a gun. No one is killing anyone. Let's start at the beginning. Why were you carrying a gun? To defend myself from you. Me? Or Linz? Or who? All of you. Whichever of you is responsible for the murders.
What murders? 5 years ago, a college girl disappeared from this area. 5 years before that, another girl disappeared. And before that, and before that. I never heard about any missing persons near here. Even if that's true, why would you think we had anything to do with it? Just because people went missing in this general area. Not this general area. This house. How would you know that? Because the last one was my sister.
He has a sister?
I was the last person to hear from her alive. She called me when her car broke down. She described where she was, and the house she could see up ahead, and that she was planning to ask them for help. And then, she was gone.
This is ridiculous. 25 years ago, most of you weren't even born.
Bradley laughs. It's not a pleasant sound.
It gets better. This house doesn't exist.
What?
I spent months looking for this house. The police said I must have had the details wrong. They gave up, but I looked harder. That was when I found out about the 5-year pattern. So I knew I needed a girl, and I knew I had to wait. Until now. All this year I've been looking for you, and this house was not here. But now I finally found you. That's complete nonsense.
It might be true. Everyone turns to stare at me. All year, Bradley's been asking out different girls. It's always just one date, and he always drives. He never makes a move, like he's barely interested in the girls at all. We thought he was just looking for the right girl, but he could have been looking for this house. That means... Burning with furious realization, I slip off my loafer and hurl it at his head. You manipulative, scheming, lying jackass! You used me as bait!
I don't understand. Don't listen to them. They're just trying to confuse you. If it's all lies, then what are you hiding in the basement? The bodies? Please, stop this.
He shakes his head sadly.
We need some time to talk. We can't trust you on your own after you've attacked us. But we can't leave you chained to a chair forever either.
Lock them in a room, both of them.
Will she be safe with them?
Ha! Will he be safe with me?
That too. Separate rooms, then.
They lead me back to the room I slept in last night, taking Bradley somewhere else.
We'll be back. I promise.
And then they lock me in, and I am left here, alone. Pressing my ear to the door, I can faintly hear voices far away, but I can't make out anything that they're saying. This plain and simple room, so convenient before, suddenly feels like a prison. There's absolutely nothing for me to do except pace and worry. All that time last night, sitting in the restaurant, driving in his car, Bradley had a gun? I was right next to something that could easily have killed me and I didn't even know it. He's gone crazy. No, he must have been crazy for a long time. All those girls. He could have driven each of them to a different location, looking for the phantom house in his head. There's no way that this house wasn't here. But at the same time, he's right. The people in this house are clearly up to something. Lynn's especially. Why are they all here? What are they going to do with us?